Test, test. Is this working? I suppose it does. Hello, guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Today I wanted to do a proper introduction video. If you look at the other video I made prior to this one, you'll notice that I was really not prepared and did it on the spot. But today I'll leave the spot alone and do an actual video with a thought behind it, because let's be honest, I'm just a random guy like you, and if you are not a guy, well, you're still an introvert. And if you're wondering, how would you know that? Well, you're the one here who wants to have someone to softly speak to you because you're too scared of actual human beings. Thought so. Anyway, the plan here is that I will keep the black background, firstly, because I want to, firstly because I don't know how to edit a video, but also because my idea here is to let your imagination do what you want me to be. I could be a character you like, a person you want to speak to, hell, even an OC I remind you of. All I want is for people to be able to sit, lay down, do their thing and relax. So yeah, that's my goal here. And now that I read the text that I prepared to have a proper introduction, I don't know what the hell I'm about to say. You'd say part of a rambling video is to just talk about nothing and everything, like I said in my last video. Thing is, you have to actually be talking about something, because it's not that easy actually to just start speaking on the top of your mind, which is strange when I think about it, because I'm the type of person to speak right as I think. I think the words, the sentence I say just as I say it, which is part of why I stutter so much. I'm sorry about that. Unless some people like it, like I don't know, give me some nervous, anxious vibes, like please don't bully me. Anyway, so yeah, a proper introduction video. Here it is. My first video was a bit of a mess, I'll be honest. That's why I decided to do this kind of remake. I let the other video be. I leave it there because, well, yeah, I can't just re-say the same thing I said twice. You can't always have the same intonation, same way of speaking, I guess. Even if you feel like it's the same, it's never really the same. Which is good actually, because when you think about it, you can't be, how do I put this? You can't be repetitive, because technically you could never say the same thing. Because I could say you never say the same thing, and I could say you never say the same thing. See, first sentence I stuttered, second sentence I didn't. Just for that, if I leave it the one where I stutter in another video, I could never redo it exactly like I did in that video. So yeah, when I think about it, if you ever think you're repetitive or boring, no matter the subject, keep in mind that you may be hearing yourself, like you hear yourself and you think that you don't really change when you speak. But actually, when you speak, the other person talking, if they are really interested in you and what you say, then you'll understand that they actually put much more thought in what you say. Because all you do is hear yourself speak, but the person you are talking to also might be looking at your facial expressions, the way you speak, the tone, even your movements, the way you speak through your motions and emotions. So yeah, when you think about it, actually you are fluid, if I can put it that way, in the way you are, because you are a living thing. You speak, you breathe, you move, you do you do everything, something living cool, and even more, because we aren't just living, we are sentient. We can actually think of what we do, even if most of the time we don't, which is also something quite funny to think about when you think about it. Because when you think about it, when you had it in thought, I don't know where I'm going with this. Anyway, yeah, so about that, actually, about the talking and only hearing yourself thing, I wanted also to talk about the way you see yourself as a whole. Like, how do I put this? If you think you don't look good, for example, you think you don't look really attractive or interesting, blend, well, you have to think about it the same way. If in the same way you think that your voice is repetitive or what you say is boring, because you can only hear yourself, while the other person who you are talking to can see everything about you, the same goes for appearance. Because the only way to see yourself is through reflection. And usually, when you look at yourself in the mirror, you have a deadpan face. You look at yourself and you're like, yep, that's me. But really, when you just look at yourself, you of course see what is wrong, what's wrong, what's not good, or not good enough. You can always be good enough, but as I say, good is the enemy of better, or the other way around. I don't remember. Both works. But you may be looking at yourself and think you don't look good, but actually the other person you are talking to, because what you see is just your bland expression. You just see yourself, your appearance. But someone actually watching you, they watch you have your eyebrows raised when you are surprised or perplexed. They see you smile every time they do a joke. They hear your laugh. Same thing every time you do something funny or just enjoy their time. So if you ever feel like you're not interesting enough or not as good as someone could be in any social kind of thing, just remember that the person, if he's really interested in you, will not be bothered if at some point there is a blank or if you just run out of things to say all of a sudden. Because really, once you are really comfortable, you don't see yourself. You see what is around you, what you are doing, and you don't see yourself. The only moment when you see yourself is when you are just by yourself. And we all know that just being by yourself isn't always the best thing. So yeah, that's the beauty and the curse of it, I'd say. Because the only way you can truly be yourself is around others, but you have to be yourself to actually think about how to be around others. At the end of the day, it's just the people you are actually comfortable with and the people you aren't. Same goes for everyone. It can be a bit difficult to find someone that actually fits you, but once you do, of course, it's the best time ever. A game with the boys. I don't know what girls do. I don't know what girls do. A game with the boys. I don't know, shopping with the girls. I know it's really stereotypical, but I'm not really good at examples, I'll be honest. So yeah, if you, excuse me, if you ever feel bad about yourself, just remember that someone thinks you're maybe the best person they've ever seen. You might have get past a best friend you could have and never thought about it. I know that thinking about it is just sad because maybe you had someone you were interested in, maybe even a crush, and never got to speak to them again. But actually, you have to think it that way. Maybe you didn't have a long lasting relationship with someone you liked or anything, but if they enjoy their time with you, I think it's worth it. Why be a jerk when you can be nice? So if you can actually make someone feel better, not only for a few minutes, just a hello, hi, how are you, with a big smile, You won't see your big smile, but they will, and they will smile in return. That's the beauty of society, I guess. The fact that we are human and act as we see other humans. If you can guess, I always been fascinated with all social interactions work. Another thing to mention is that since I'm doing this on my phone, I don't really have a lot of video time I can take. So for now, don't expect my videos to be longer than like 10 minutes. Right now it is because I have like a bit of minutes left. But yeah, I do short lasting videos because I'm kind of doing this in my in my room, like in my own little goblin cavern, if I can say so myself, where no one can hear me and I only do this by myself, which is where I'm truly myself. I know it's quite contradictory with all I said before, but life do be like that, you know. So I hope maybe someone is actually listening to this. I know one person is, and I always appreciate it. I really like that you are actually listening to me. It means a lot. Because again, all I want is simply to people to enjoy being simply alone and hearing some random guy talk softly because no one talks softly to them, which is a bit sad when you think about it. But yeah, a lot of thinking in this video, a lot of thinking. But yeah, I'm glad I could have this time. Actually, it's a good way for me to speak because I don't speak a lot. Actually, I'm quite a lone wolf, but talking about it is always pleasant. Anyway, thank you guys for hearing me, and see you next time. Bye bye.